Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video we're going to talk about when to raise prices on an underbid lawn. Coming up. So hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video we're going to talk about when to raise prices on an underbid lawn. Now before I do, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so that you're notified right away when I make videos like this that have the potential to help make your business grow. So we've all done it, Lawn Care Nation. You end up underbidding a lawn from time to time. For me, this is an issue that I encounter especially early in the spring when we've had a long winter off and I'm not into that flow or rhythm of doing quotes, and I'm also eager to replace clients that may have moved away at the end of the previous season. So I'll go into a lawn and I'll be looking at it and we'll end up underbidding it, and we'll only discover this really once I start getting into the actual mowing and actually doing that job from week to week, and I'll be in that situation and I'll think to myself, I've messed that one up, and I'll be off by $5 or even $10 on that quote. Now, there's no right or wrong answer for this particular one. I would say that if it was a landscaping job where you had like materials and things and you could see that now you were going to be paying out of pocket because you misquoted, then yes, you would have to address that client right away, let them know that you misquoted, that it's going to require more materials that you weren't anticipating, or that the time is taking a lot longer because of other circumstances that you may have not foreseen. Because you don't want to take a huge loss on that. But with lawn mowing, I think it's a bit different. For me personally, whenever I've misquoted a lawn, I usually will just stick to my original quote. And the reason is that, I'm aiming for dense roots in my lawn care business, and I'm usually servicing a lot of other clients very nearby, either on the same street or maybe around the corner or things like that. So I'm already out there doing those lawns. And if I have to, turn the corner or go a few houses down and do one more lawn that I may have misquoted for $5 or $10, it's not so much of a big deal. It's not so much of a financial hit because I'm not driving super far to get to that home. I'm not using crazy amounts of materials or things like that. The fuel use is minimal to do, maybe another home in at least the routes or the neighborhoods that I'm doing. So I will stick to my original quote because I just see or find that it's very unprofessional to go back after you've quoted a lawn care job, especially the longer you've been in business and you've been around for a long time and you've got that brand sort of recognition out there. For you to show up and quote somebody a lawn for say $35 when it should have been $40, and then to come back for $5 extra for each mow, I think just looks very, very unprofessional. So for me, I will stick to that original quote, whatever I quoted them on, and I will just go with that throughout that season until the end of the season. I'll also try to upsell them on other things and try to make up that difference in other areas, whether it's hedge trimming or pressure washing or whatever the case may be. I'll try to make it up in other areas. Then the next season, then I see absolutely no reason why you can't go back to that customer when it's time to start the next season to renew and just say, hey, the costs have gone up. Costs of doing business has gone up, my insurance costs, fuel has gone up, everything these days seems to go up on a yearly basis. So then I can say, you can then go and justify a raise in price, especially after, they've seen the quality of work that you've delivered, your reliability, your consistency, and your trustworthiness. My only exception to this would be if you've severely underpriced that lawn. So, if it's a large type lawn where you think, it was going to take you an hour, but it's taking you 2 hours consistently to mow that job, then you may want to sit down with a customer and talk about it. Like I said, no right or wrong answer. Everybody and everybody's business is going to be different in the way you handle a situation like this. So I'll just leave you guys with a quick tip. If you ever do find yourself in this situation where you've gone out and you've quoted, say, for a weekly lawn service, and then you start to do the job and you find that it's taking you a lot longer than you initially anticipated and what you quoted for, I would say to just relax and maybe give yourself another second mow or even a third mow on that property before you decide to go back to the customer and ask for more money and potentially damage your company's reputation in the process. Now, the reason for this is that I will generally find that it'll take me longer, that first mow and second mow on a brand new property, and then over time I start to see efficiencies and find ways where I can save time on those properties as I learn the most efficient way to service that property. And that, say, initial 30-minute mow that it took me the first time, I can generally get down to, say, 15 to 20 minutes to do that property on a weekly basis. And then that price that you underbid doesn't actually seem that much of a big deal when you're talking about once you've learned that property and you're down to that 15 or 20 minutes versus that initial 30 minutes to do that job. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know how you would handle that sort of situation where you come across a lawn that you have underbid. Would you go back to the customer and let them know and ask them for more money? Or would you just bite the bullet, continue on throughout that season, and then readjust that price for the following season? So if you like this type of how to start a lawn care business type video, I'll leave another one for you to watch up here in this corner, or I'll leave one of my other videos for you to watch up here in this corner. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.